in honor of the former world record holder, one of the last great straddle high jumpers, and the first one over 7 feet indoors. The focus right now, the FloTrack Night in America presented by Saucony, is the 5,000 meters. This is the final race of the invitational portion of today's program. We are glad you've been with us for this great ride, but the last 25 laps I'm certain will be just as exciting as the previous 7 races. All right, Eric van der Els, the last runner listed number 22. We see him right there in the blue kit. He is our pace setter again, going out in 4:10. And we are underway. And the two parts of this field will come together with Eric van der Els in the lead, and Evans Tanui from Arizona has decided he wants to be behind our pace setter, sitting second, and one spot back, Nick Griggs from Puma. Nice work early on by van der Els, 61.5, and again going through in 4:10. The field staying in pretty close contact as Griggs. He's going to move up a spot and bring Scott Beattie with him. And a runner we've seen a number of times here at BU, Anthony Camerieri, now running for Saucony. Slides up outside and onto the rail in the number 4 spot. And changing positions with Camerieri is Robert Liking, former standout for Wisconsin, at 2:04 points. So right on target for that 4:10 opening metric mile for Eric van der Els, leading the way. And you see the crowd lining the railing above this lightning fast 200-meter track with van der Els still on point, running the prescribed pace. Nick Griggs from Puma sitting in the number 2 spot. Couldn't plan this any better. Van der Els, 3:07.5, right on target for a 4:10 opening 1600. There's the big freight train, the lead group. 9 runners. In the lead group, some minor separation back to Brian Fay from the Melbourne Track Club, kind of make that a baker's dozen if he's able to push toward the front. And this is when van der Els is scheduled to end his duties for the day. Scheduled to be 4:10. There he goes, 4:10 point. Little high, maybe a second. But lots of time for those running for the end. 16 plus laps to make that up. And he's going to step out and leave it up to Nick Griggs to take control of this pace work. So 8 runners now in that lead group. Still leading the way, Nick Griggs. The Irish distance runner, Griggs, has a 5,000 PR of 13:05 that he set in Belgium a year ago. And he's run 7:32 indoors in the shorter 3K. As you see, that lead group now is only 5 runners and some separation between our first 2. Beattie, Griggs, and then back a spot to Mahdi Abdi Ali from the Netherlands. Camerieri in the number 4 spot, trying to regain the contact with that field, and Brian Fay behind him. It is Griggs, Beattie, and Abdi Ali. Check that out, is Robert Liking in the number 5 spot, but still losing ground to our top 3. And the next time by will be 3,000 meters. Griggs, Beattie, and Abdi Ali looking very comfortable right now. As here they come towards start finish, 3,000 meters in 7:50. Camerieri, you see him about 10 meters back in the 4th position. Not a place where any runner wants to be, really on an island right now. He's been able to fairly closely maintain the pace of the leaders, but just a little bit back, and so difficult to get back in touch with those 3. And so between our leader and the number 5 spot, and Robert Liking, it is a full straightaway as Griggs, Beattie, and Abdi Ali cruising along in a nice little pack of theirs, single file. Coming up, start finish once again. 8 laps to go. A metric mile remaining. Still a long way from home. And we have a group of collegiate runners, 2 from BYU, and I see Ed Eyestone down there, the legendary coach and American distance runner inside turn 1. He's got 2 of his athletes, and we'll call it a chase group of 5 back in positions 5 through 9. There's our lead 3. Camerieri in 4th. And then here comes that chase group with the 2 BYU runners. And also Fabian Palso running for On. Back to the leaders, Nick Greggs. He has not dropped from the lead, nor dropped either of those 2 challengers. Takes a quick look. It's like, you know what, you guys are still back there. He has done all the lifting, all the pace work after Vandrell stepped off at 1 mile plus. Scott Beattie in 2nd. Mahadi Abdi Ali in 3rd. Patiently waiting 4K. Just under 10:30. Camerieri grimacing as he works in 4th place right now. There's the top 3. Now some separation between Griggs, Beattie, and Abdi Ali in 4th. You see Camerieri back in 4th, Abdi Ali in 3rd. There goes our 2 BYU runners. Griggs still pounding out these laps. 4 to go, 800 meters at 11:05. They are on sub 13:10 pace. We'll see how big of a kick these guys have. Camerieri as Abdi Ali steps off. Camerieri moves up a spot. And they will be hitting some lap runners soon. 3 to go in the move with 600 meters out. Scott Beattie. He was sitting patiently behind Nick Griggs ever since that mile mark, and now encountering his runners who are going a lap down. Will that help Griggs get back into contact with our leader? We will soon find out. Scott Beattie. 2 to go at 12:10. Beattie is looking sharp right now. Camerieri has an opportunity to sneak up into the number 2 spot. Here he comes, closing in on Griggs. Beattie with 300 remaining. He's got about 5 runners ahead of him that he's going to have to encounter in his final lap and a half. And here comes Camerieri closing on our leader, Anthony Camerieri. Holy cow, with 1 to go. He is knocking on the door of Scott Beattie. Anthony Camerieri, the long strider, flies past. I said he was on an island. Yes, he was planning it out. Wow, what a final 1,000 meters for Anthony Camerieri. Beattie, a final kick, but Camerieri is not going to let this one slip away. And he runs 13:12. And FloTrack 9 in America, presented by Saucony, gets a winner with Anthony Camerieri in the men's 5,000 meters. The BYU runners are celebrating with Ed Eyestone inside turn 1, but wow, that one hurt. And amazingly, that the mental fitness that Camerieri did not give up when he was sitting in 4th. Abdi Ali stepped off the oval, and Camerieri closes things out. 13:12:02, the win by over a second. Tavon Kitchen, 13:19. Creed Thompson at 13:21 for the Cougars. And there's the move by Beattie. with 3 to go, 600 meters out. And there, unbelievable. Not too many laps before that, he was sitting in 4th place, looking out of it. Anthony Camerieri, a huge final 1,000 meters. Wow, look at that, 13:12:02. This is a place where all-time bests have been run in this 5,000 meters. All right, and our winner, Anthony Camerieri, is with John. John.
I'm down here with our winner, Phil. Anthony, crazy last 600. I mean, you weren't even in the picture and came back to win it. You know, talk to me about today's race.
Yeah. Well, the fall and winter has gone really well training-wise, so I knew I was in shape for around 13:10, hopefully faster. But maybe halfway through 3K, I got dropped by the top 3. I know I have a strong last 4, so I just kept telling myself, give myself a chance. And luckily, I think they slowed down a little bit, and I was able to maintain 62, 63s, and then close last 400. So he made me work for it the last 100. I thought he blew past him, and then he kind of came back. So I had to dig a bit, but happy with it. 3-second PR, so good start to the season.
And where did you find that, right? In that last 400, you know, you said they were coming back a little bit, but it did look like you picked it up quite a bit. You know, where did you find that kind of strength there?
I mean, that's just months of training and just being super competitive. To an extent, you can't coach it. You just kind of got to want it yourself. So yeah, I guess that's where it came from. And just wanting to PR because if I didn't close fast, I would have probably run like a second slower than on PR. So just really motivated to do that, and always winning a meet like BU in any distance is a big deal. So yeah, I'm out with the win.
In a big way, it sets you up for the rest of your season. What does the rest of your indoor season look like?
So this was the one and only 5K run, most likely. In 2 weeks, I'll run a 3K and try to get pretty close to 7:30. And then a mile the week after that here at BU. And then 6 days later is U.S. Indoor Champs in the 3K, provided I qualify, but I think I will. So, yeah, that's a pretty busy month, but it's only 1 month, so I just got to make the most of it.
Well, congratulations, Anthony. Back to you, Phil.
All right, the motivation that these athletes have.